Hey, and welcome back. Another video from Brad Tragic. This time I'm going to talk about, I talked about, I think, the horror movies you should have in your collection. This time I'm going to talk about the comedy movies you should have in your collection. This is something I'm really having trouble with because I'm trying to find, good deals on DVDs and comedies that I want to add in my collection. But I'm really a horror buff. That's basically what I basically like to watch. I like to watch the horror movies. I like to watch Friday 13th, the Halloweens. Saw I've been really into lately. Been trying to go and get the Crow movies now, which is not really a horror genre, but kind of like a goth kind of horror genre. Um, so I want to talk about comedy, and if you haven't heard of Critiker.com, it's an awesome site, and this makes my job so much easier when I want to make these videos because I can just go through, look on the list, and basically talk about how or what I'm gonna basically do. So I brought these up side by side so I can keep somebody. I swear I have like this is a crazy comment, but I have older neighbors and they're like over 70 years old, but I swear they're drug dealers. People go in and out of their driveway all the time. Anyway, side comment. All right, so let's go to the top comedy movies of all time, and I haven't ranked a lot of them, so this is just a few of what I have. But there's a lot of comedies that I would definitely add. Um, to the list. One of the best movies I'm gonna put on right now that I would probably buy. It's hilarious. I probably wouldn't watch it all the time, but it would probably be something that I would want to add to my collection at some point in time. It's my highest ranked thing on Critical right now. It's a Kingpin from 1996. Has Woody Harrelson, the girl from Bedazzled. I can't think of her name. Um, she's in there, and I cannot think of the other guy. But there's some other guys that are in it. His bowling arch rival is actually I think the guy that's in all of Will Ferrell's movies. He's in the movie too later on down the road in the movie. There's the Amish guy in the movie, the character, the Amish guy. I can't remember who plays him. But it's a really great movie, hilarious movie. If you've never seen it, basically about Woody Harrelson who gets owes money to people. They end up injuring his arm somehow. I won't kill the movie completely, but then he wants to get back in there, and the Amish guy supposedly is a really good bowler, um, but he bowls too to make money. But they hustle people trying to get money and trying to get to the competition. And when the ultimate goal is he's working on his golf game and see if he can golf with his hurt arm and see if he's going to be able to do it. And by the time at the end of the movie, he gets to he gets to bowl one last time and have an opportunity to um, get the championship. I don't think he ever got, but he was really well known as a huge bowler back in the day. The next movie is Bruce Almighty. Awesome movie. Jim Carrey is hugely awesome in comedy. Anything with Jim Carrey in it, for the most part, usually pretty good. Bruce Almighty's here. Liar Liar is in my top list. Anything that's really up there? I'm not seeing anything else here. Well, not in the below five. I'll get to the other movies. But Liar Liar and Bruce Almighty, basically kind of the same types of movies a little bit. Really funny. Definitely should be in your collection if you have like super like funny comedies. Bruce Almighty, dog on the toilet reading the newspaper. That's all I gotta say. Liar Liar, he's just going blue over and over again. It's actually a red pen, and he can't do it. He's saying red, and he's trying to say blue, trying to lie. Hilarious parts in those movies, definitely. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I don't know if I really call it a comedy, but what it's known for is the comedy bits in it. But it's kind of like a drama comedy, kind of like a weird kind of indie flick. Um, Johnny Depp's in it, and Christina Ricci has kind of a sick part in the movie. It kind of hints toward like pedophilism or whatever you want to call it, kind of in the movie, and raping girls and things. So it's kind of not a good character that she got associated with, but it was a good movie. It was, it's about Hunter. I almost want to say the country singer's name, but that's not it. Hunter Thompson, Hunter S. Thompson. It's kind of revolves around kind of like an over emphasized thing about his life. And it's a really cool movie. Did I buy the movie? I didn't buy the movie. I would buy the movie though. It will be in my collection. Fear Loathing in Las Vegas, awesome movie. Definitely buy it if you watch it and you like it. Definitely go out and put it in your library. Ghostbusters is one. I don't know if I necessarily buy the Ghostbusters. It's a funny movie. It is really, really a funny movie. But I think I would put it in my collection. This wouldn't be a movie I'd watch all the time. But I think it's a movie that, it's so nostalgic like that for me, watching the cartoons and things like that as a kid. I probably would buy it just to have it in my collection. So if I ever wanted to watch it, I could be able to watch it. Gremlins, the original Gremlins, not so much. Gremlins 2, definitely would have my collection, but I'd probably get both of them just to have that collection in my library, just for, like I said, nostalgic feel. Home Alone 2, great movies. I would get them for a lot of nostalgic, but I actually think they're really great movies and they're really funny. And I actually would watch them a lot. It's worth having your collection. Definitely on the holidays, if you have a kid, you want to watch something kind of funny, they would be able to watch. It's they like live action movies, and that's a really good movie for kids to be able to watch and laugh and have fun with. Joe Pesci is awesome, and the other guy I don't know his name, but he's really good in the movie too. All the Naked Gun movies, if you have never seen the Naked Gun movies, they are timeless. And go back, watch the movies. I don't think I gave one a bad ranking on here. They all made it to really high on the list. I don't see one. Where was that? Just didn't get the rating on that one. But yeah, all the Naked Guns, 1, 2, 3, they're all great, and you should have them in your collection. They're super hilarious. If you have friends over, they've never seen them, pop it in. Funny from beginning to end. You will non-stop laughing. There's some parts in the movie you're like, okay. And some of the other ones, like, one is, like, super hilarious, but, like, some of the other ones you'll, like, be like, are you kidding me? It's just, like, really, really stupid, like, humor. I think Liam Neeson was ahead, or Leslie Nielsen was ahead of his time. He kind of had the stupid humor before it really got popular, and now it's just like, now he's gone. Rest in peace. His movies will never be forgotten. Super Troopers, legendary. The Meow Game. If you haven't seen Super Troopers, go check it out. It's a really, really funny movie. I actually don't think it's that great of a movie, but as a cult classic and as a newer movie, it's really, really good. I would keep it because I would watch it. I would actually probably watch it about every 3 or 4 months. You go Ratatouille. I don't know why it's in the comedy section. Basically a family movie, but I guess it has comedy in it. It's a good movie too. I won't talk about it very much. I don't think it's a comedy. As good as it gets, it's pretty funny. It's more of a drama, but there's some comedy in there. It's a good movie. I think I've already talked about it before one time. Jack Nicholson, Helen Hunt, really good movie. Basically a relationship kind of guy. He's a grumpy old guy. He's had some bad things happen in his past, and basically she's trying to get him to come around, not be so grumpy, and they end up dating. He ends up falling in love with her. It's a really good movie. Men in Black 2. I haven't seen the third one yet. I heard it's but Men in Black 2, fun movies. I would probably buy them because I'm a huge fan of Will Smith, and I like goofy movies like that where animals talk and things like that. Aliens. Kind of a really, really fun movie that I would probably own just for the heck of it being like a really stupid movie. 9 months. I gave this a really good review, and I haven't honestly seen this in a long, long time. But when I did see it, which was probably like 7 or 8 years ago, it was hilarious. Like, it was basically, I think, like right when I was in high school when I seen it, and it was so funny that it made such a lasting impression on me that I so remember it to this day. And it just resonates with me that I know it's a really funny movie. I just hadn't seen it in a long time. So I don't know if I would necessarily buy it, but I know it's really funny. If I watched it again, maybe I'd be, I'd have a different, ranking for it. So yeah. Anger Management. This is a movie. It is a really, really good movie. I'll admit this. It's a really funny movie, and I only gave it like a 93 on Criticker, which it should be higher. But the reason is because it was on TV so much. It was you could find it anywhere for like $5. Now it's in the $5 bin at Walmart, I think. It's it's so everywhere now, and it's like I just don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to watch it because it's just like, well, I'll have no trouble finding it in the future because I know they freaking, mass market produced it. I mean, to be quite honest, I think it's one of those that, oh, it was out like around the time it came out, kind of soon. When it came out at a time to where when the Blu-ray came out, it was basically right when the Blu-ray started coming out. So this movie actually came out and it was at a good price when it came out on Blu-ray, and things like that. I remember exactly. I mean, it came out in like 2003, probably got released in 2003. And I mean, it came out, yeah, it was expensive when it first came out, but after a while, like I said, it ended up in a $5 bed. Now I think it's a really cheap Blu-ray too. You can get now. It's a really funny movie. Jack Nicholson, Adam Sandler. I just don't. I don't know. I would probably buy it if I found it for really cheap, but I'm not going to spend an arm and a dollar for it. I'm not going to go out of my way to really buy the movie. Back to the Future, classic movies, more of a sci-fi type feel, but it's got some comedy in there. I would definitely buy all of them. Brewster's Millions, Richard Pryor. Anything Richard Pryor is probably worth, most of them. Brewster's Millions, good. I'm trying to think. The movies with him and Gene Wilder are really, really good. I think Stir Crazy's one, and Stir Crazy's the one. There's another one too. I can't remember the other one he had. He was with him, and it was actually really good too. Stir Crazy is about them getting it's really, really funny. They're in jail, and I think they get to play baseball. I think it's baseball, and they get to get out and play baseball, and they get so good at it. I'm thinking it's baseball. I can't remember. They get out and play a sport of some kind, and basically, I think they end up letting them go because they. I don't know. Like I almost want to say it's like meets the longest yard. It's kind of like that, but I don't really remember what happened. But I remember I think King Kong Bundy is in that movie, and yeah. But yeah, any movie that he's in with them basically is worth it. Brewster's Millions, Stir Crazy, definitely have it in your collection. Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, so this is one that came out in the genesis of everything that I graduated in the year 2000. This came out. 4 years after that, I was hugely into this movie. This movie was pretty funny. I didn't like it at first, and now I look back on it, I was like, that's a pretty dumb movie. But I mean, it's probably worth it just to watch every once in a while, to buy it, add to your collection. If you find it cheap, go ahead and add to your collection. I'll probably buy it. If I find it for like a couple dollars, I'll probably buy it, add it to my collection. Beverly Hills Cop. Great series with Eddie Murphy. 1, 2, and 3, all definitely worth to add to your collection. Super funny. It's mostly an action film and a cop kind of crime movie, but there's a lot of comedy in it with Eddie Murphy trying to get the information from people, and in the process he does some funny things to get that information. So it's a really good movie. Catch Me If You Can. I don't really remember how good this movie was, but I remember it was pretty good. I did enjoy it, and I was just like thinking like, man, there should be a sequel, because I think it leaves you hanging at the end. But it was a remake, so they probably won't make any more past it. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks does an incredible job as being like the guy chasing after Leonardo DiCaprio because he's basically the main guy. Leonardo is, so yeah, pretty good. Happy Gilmore, I really give it a high rating. I'm kind of biased when it comes to Adam Sandler movies because I don't really care for Adam Sandler as much as everyone else does. Everybody else is like obsessed with Adam Sandler. And it's like everybody in my school was always obsessed with him. I was like, oh my God, shut the hell up. It's like I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear about Happy Gilmore. I don't want to hear about Big Daddy. I don't want to hear about what's the other Happy Gilmore or Happy Gilmore, whatever Billy Gilmore. I don't want to hear any more of that crap. That movies. They're all funny. I probably own them in my collection, but I'm not going to go out of my way because I'm sure they were over mass produced too, so I could find them with no trouble. I'm not going to talk about some of these because I know they're not comedy. I don't know why they're coming up as comedy. Dr. Dolittle, the remake was actually comedy. I don't know if I would add it to my collection. It's a decent movie, but I don't know if I'd add it to my collection. If I found it maybe for like really cheap, maybe. But even then, I don't think it'd be worth buying. Now, School Rock, I'm a big Jack Black fan. Even that though, School Rock still wouldn't be that great of a movie. Um, I'm just kind of running down some movies and talking about comedies that you should add, but so I'm kind of running out of the room here. Um, Robin Hood Men in Tights, great movie. This movie has some great scenes, and I gave it a low ranking, but I remember it being hugely funny, and me enjoying it a lot. Probably one you should add to your collection. Definitely check out Robin Hood Men in Tights. Robin Hood Men in Tights, if you've never seen that movie before, definitely hilarious. Van Wilder, if you haven't seen Van Wilder, which a lot of people have because they love. I don't. Is it Dane Cook? No, that's not Dane Cook. It's the other guy that looks like Dane Cook. The Green Hornet guy. I think he plays the character, and he's really funny um, in the movie. So I mean, it kind of was overrated in my book, but I thought it was really funny, and I'd probably just have to rewatch it again, see how funny it was again. Great movie, great tattoo collection. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Definitely. I mean, who can't agree with that movie have to be in your collection? It's super funny. A kids movie, family friendly. If you ever happen to have a kid over your house, you have to have that movie, you can pop it in. He'd enjoy it probably right off the bat. Got some darkness at the end though, but it'd be fun. Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, both great movies. I would probably buy them for a cheap price and add to my collection because they're worth having. Clerks 1 and 2. Clerks 2, not much, but Clerks, the original, yes, definitely. Probably I would probably wait till they had a double pack or something and then, pay the money to get the double pack to have them both in my collection. Jay and Silent Bob, Strike Back, all the Jay and Silent Bob's, all the Jay and Silent Bob movies, minus Chasing Amy. I think that's the only ones. Oh, Don't Get Jersey Girl, Boy, whatever the hell that movie was. Don't get that either. But I think everything else, basically, buy all the movies, add in your collection. Mallrats, Mallrats, Dogma. Dogma's really overrated. I don't think it's that great a movie as what people said it is. Mallrats is hilarious. So Dogma, add to your collection though. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 1 and 2. Can't really think of anything else right now related to them. I think the Meet the Parents series would actually be worth adding to your collection. So if you were if you find those movies cheap, I would add them to your collection because they're actually really funny. I just haven't really watched all of them. I haven't really gotten into the series of those movies that have come out, so I haven't really seen them all. I think I've seen the first one. That's about it. If I've seen the second one, it didn't really click with me, and I didn't really get into it that much. Yeah. Coneheads is pretty good too. If I found Coneheads for really cheap, I would probably buy that too. It's actually in my bad films, but I actually liked it. I would buy it. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Right now, that's all I can think of. I'll probably do an updated list of this at some point. But right now, there you go. There's some tips to go out and buy some comedy movies. Go out and buy them. Some other ones is The Big Lebowski. Great movie. Go check that out if you've never heard of it, which I'm sure you have. It's a cult classic. If not, go check out The Big Lebowski. It has the guy that played Crazy Heart, the main character. It has John Goodman in it, and it has the bull-jawed guy like me. Bull-jawed guy from all them Sandler movies. He's in it too. I can't think of his name. Denny Badagucci. Something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Steve Buscemi. There you go. Thought of it last second. He's good. Check out that. Get that. Waiting. Definitely Waiting. Check out Waiting. It's a great movie. If you've never seen that, a lot of people have not seen Waiting. So if you've never seen Waiting, definitely check out that. I'm almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop this right now and get it off here. That's all I can think of right now. Of all movies I can think of. Wow, I'm blanking on it. And no, I did not say Evan Almighty because that movie was horrible. It was horrible. I'm not a Steve Carell fan. I do like him somewhat, but for the most part, he sucks. 40-Year-Old Virgin. I'll probably add that to my collection though. But there you go. That's been my the comedy movies that you should have in your collection. So there you go. Have fun. Later.